Buntingford got its name by the name came through the ford, and this is the ford that how Buntingford got its name. The river does rise here quite a bit at the best of times, but it's low at the moment. But it's okay. Cut though. Now, and I will show you around Buntingford. This is going to be rather interesting for future generations. Where our gran used to work. It's Philip May's cottage, and it's called Laced Cottage. It's a wonderful little place, and we feel that it should be recorded and kept for future generations to enjoy. This cottage was of importance back in 1600 when it was first built. The basic land around here was built on clay, but this is a structure. I've lost it. This cottage is basically called Pig's Nose Cottage. I don't know where it got that name from, but it's a very old cottage in the town, and it goes back many years.
And when was it built?
Well, we say 1610.
Yeah, well, when was it really built?
1610. Where what they called the cage in olden days, that was dated from 1610, and it was gold for the townspeople when they did wrong. It's going to be preserved and renovated within the next year. This cottage was where Mr. Kit Kat lived for many years until he lost a leg in a flying accident. The plane crashed on him, and he was left to his own devices. Thank you. We're doing the survey. It was rebuilt in 1906, but blew away in a gale that year. Then after that, we're going to discuss with this survey of 1989. We're going to discuss the problems that might be here with a new shopping precinct. The whole area is going to be changed, widened, and new lighting set up in this particular. Okay. This is another area where there'll be a lot of changes.
Alright.
Getting it before it gets changed. Getting on top. This is another area where there will be an awful lot of changes. The Department of Buntingford Chamber of Commerce have decided that the whole area will change with street lighting and trees in this vicinity. It will be better for the traders, but of course the lorries that need to be here will have a bit of a problem, but they will work on that. This is the house where Queen Victoria stayed back in 1889, at least 800 years ago, to the month, and she stayed here, as I say, one Saturday evening on her way to Cambridge.
She left the radio behind.
Sorry? This is the south end of the precinct, which has been changed. It was Dick Turpin's old haunt. It was called the Black Bull originally. Now,
after his horse.
After his horse. No, it's after his horse. One of the oldest Victorian pumps in existence. It doesn't. What's that? It's to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the reign of Queen Victoria, 1897. Right? St Peter's Church. This was built in 1656.
15.
16.
15. Cut. Take 32. And action.
This is St Peter's Church. This was built in 1652.
15. Cut.
This is St Peter's Church. This was built in 1615. It was one of the first brick built.
It was. Cut.
This is St Peter's Church in Buntingford, at the south end of Buntingford High Street. It was built in 1615 and it was the first British built brick church.
No action.
This is St Peter's Church at the south end of Buntingford High Street. It was built in 1615 by Cardinal Wolsey.
Take 87 and action.
This is St Peter's Church at the south end of Buntingford High Street. It was built around about 18... Oh, sorry. This is St Peter's Church at the south end of Buntingford High Street. It was built about 1615 and it was the first brick-built church of its kind at that date. This was, across the road was Totty's grocery shop. Here we have a very funny shaped building. It's been here since about 1650 in Chapel End. That's what they do with the changes. You're going to This river was opened in 1610.
What does it say 1766 there?
Yeah, but the River Rib, you know, has been here for centuries.
Yeah, but the bridge,
The bridge.
Yeah, but then.
Oh.
This is the River Rib, is it?
That's the better view of it.
What's
I'll
left
show
of
you.
it?
That's the better view of it from over here. This is the famous Jolly Sailors, right out next to the River Rib. There was the bridge over there that you just filmed was built in.
Hello there. Right?
Have you got one of me, you know?
Yep.
Good. Thank you very much.
What do you feel about the new High Street development?
What? The new high street?
Well,
new
when
high
it.
street.
Look, I'm only waiting for it to material does it. It's, I think it's great.
It starts next week.
It starts next week, yeah. Yes. You know, I think it's a great project, this is.
You're pleased with the plan?
I've been in having a look in the, you know, when they come up for, you know, they had that, where the video shop is now.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was, you know, that was really good, you know. And of course, it goes on to the same scheme. And then you've had, you know, you're putting these, it was the same thing with, what are they going to have? They're going to have these little plants on the side.
That's right. And street lights.
Great.
To bring back a character to the...
That's right. Oh yes, definitely. I'm all for it.
Oh, that's smashing.
I'm all for it, yes. Well, I've been a bunny for, you know, I'm Irish anyway. I'm not Irish anymore because he was he just become British about 3 weeks ago, you know what I mean? Well, anyway, I was born British anyway, but apart from the fact that I went to look for a passport to travel abroad, you know, and I've had the Home Office got in touch with me, and they said, well, there was nothing in writing, you know what I mean? So they said, well, can you fill this form, and it's in the bag. So I got my passport straight away. I've got a passport for 10 years now, and I can travel the world. You know what I mean? Anyway, apart from all that, but I've been here for 33 years. My wife was born about 5 miles away from here. This is why I landed in Buntingford, you know. All my family are here. All her relations are all over the place, you know what I mean? And, yes. Great. It's great business.
Thanks very much for the interview. Yeah. Have you got that, Kev?
Yeah.
Have you recorded this?
Some of it, yeah.
Good God!
I don't know what. Kev is a law unto himself.
I know, but
He's
used to go up a tasting. You know Leiston Church?
Leiston Church.
That was the village of Punt. Oh yeah, that was the village of Punt. And there was nothing here. Nothing at all.
Yeah, except the
And then
fort.
there was, then the fort.
The fort,
You see,
yeah.
now this is where we're coming into it.
Yeah.
So that the village of Punt was up there. And I don't know what happened. There was something happened up there that everybody left. That all the houses were demolished. That was fun. So that there was one of the people up there that decided to come down here to Chapel End. know, across here.
Triple Inn,
Yeah.
Just
with that
first house over there.
strange-looking house.
That's right. And they decided to come down here. That's the first house was in Bond. You see, and they come down here and they decided to build a house in Bond, in Bond. And that was right up on the side of the river. So anyway, then of course, the other people, some of them died off, and the houses was demolished. And somebody else built another one beside them, then they built another one, and then they built another one. And so they called it Buntingford. You see, it was
Buntingford.
it was called Buntingford, you know. So anyway, then of course the place got built up. All the places got demolished. The poor old church there got dilapidated. So there was, you know, and then St. Peter's Church, they built it over there, you know what I mean?
That was the first brick-built church
That
in
was the
England.
first brick. That's exactly right. So that
You got it wrong.
So that they've then everybody come down. So they called it Buntingford, and then pretty hard to get around Buntingford, wasn't it? So they said it's Buntingford. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's how it originated.
Because when I was a little boy, I remember a pub over there near that garage called the
that
Adam and Eve.
that was the Adam and Eve.
Adam
That
and
was
Eve.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there was a lovely, I don't know what happened to the sign, but it was a lovely sign.
I can't remember that one.
Yeah.
Can't remember that.
Yeah. It was there when I was little, when I was about 6.
yes.
But,
You come from here.
well, my father did, yeah. He lived up
yes.
in Whittle.
You see, oh yes, Wicklow. That's right. There used to be a pub in Wicklow at one time. Do you remember that? You don't? No, well, it's oh God.
My gran ran the grocer's
Yes.
window.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to remember.
Maple.
As a matter of fact, it was named after the pub in Wicklow was named after a tree. It's a private house now, but the tree stands outside. It's not the cherry tree. It's not the maple tree or something like that. You know what I mean? This. Oh God. Please.
Plum tree?
Bring it back. No, it wasn't a plum tree. No. But anyway, forget about that.
Yeah, we'll forget. Well, we'll find out.
you-
That. We got to ask from Mum.
But anyway, did you know, Kevin, that you know at Brooks Hospital
Yeah.
in Cambridge?
Cambridge.
Did you know where it originated from?
No.
Buntingford.
Was it?
Buntingford was really where Addenbrooke's Hospital should be built.
No.
But anyway, this is it's a long tale, mind you, because there was a doctor, Dr. Addenbrook, that lived in Buntingford.
Yeah.
You know Little Court,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
round the corner, and this Dr. Addenbrook, he lodged in there, and he never got married, you know, but he lodged in that place, and a very well-known doctor in Buntingford at that time, and he died when he was 36. He had got something, and he left £5,000 in his will. And he left that £5,000 for a hospital to be built in Buntingford. Now £5,000 that time
A lot of money.
was a hell, you know, an awful lot of money, you know what I mean? So anyway, of course, soon then, you know, they said, well, Buntingford is too small to build a hospital. So they built it in Cambridge. That was the old Addenbrooks. £5,000 built that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but why should I try to tell you the history of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, but that is right.
Yeah.
You could go through the records, and it's all there, you know. I love to go into history, you see. I follow it up. you know
Yes.
what I mean? But anyway,
So you should have had a hospital here.
you should have Addenbrook's Hospital, it should be here. There was Dr. Addenbrook, and he lodged at Little Court. Don't tell me what year it was. I just, you know, I can't go back into that. That's a hell of a long time. And anyway, you know what £5,000 would do, yeah?
Oh, man.
You
King's
know,
ransom.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, the people that was in here and they said, well, no, we can't build in Buntingford. Now, Buntingford, I mean to say Buntingford was possibly only a couple of streets at that time. And they said, no, we can't build it here.
No, I think that's...
So they built it in Cambridge.
Yeah, which is sensible.
And that was Buntingford Hospital. Definitely originated from Buntingford.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. Lovely.
well.
No, I love it. I love history, you know what I mean?
Are we for film now, Kev?